Oh, good Lord. Sitting in the chair, especially this chair. I'm sitting in like a tall bar stool. So it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, especially when you sit here for hours. But anyway, welcome to the lighthouse. Because I need to fix my stuff. This is going to be for air signs for the rest of the month. And as I've explained in all the other elements videos, because of the way that I did the earth signs, I have to be consistent. I'm making more work for myself because I'm having to save each individual video along with the shared opener, as opposed to giving each sign their own, making it again easier. But because I did the earth signs the way that I did, I originally was going to do everybody in one thing and have the timestamps. But at the end of the day, it's like, what the hell is the difference? You know, but anyway. So you're going to see me read the opener. But then the rest of these cards are for whatever sign that I'm going to be doing, which is going to be Aquarius. But let us start with these two, and then you'll see you cut the rest of you, or everybody, because anyway. So, as I've explained, let us start with Orphaned. Feeling five, you got a 5 here, it's like what, 5 of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold. Feeling some kind of way. Because the world is kind of sucking at the moment. Right? Yet here we are, trying to find a way to get through. Like I said, and it's only just beginning. Many people don't know. And if you want to know, check out the 0 videos on our sister channel on Rumble. You can find the link on the home page here to get to the Rumble, or any one of the 0 in the 0 playlist, the videos. Though I haven't uploaded the most recent, which is Acid Rain and Riders on the Storm. I also upload other documentaries there as well from other people, and you'll know which ones are from us because they'll have our name on it. But anyway, I've digressed again. Orphaned. Essential meanings: a sense of loss and identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. The Oracle's message: we were all meant to have connections with other people, within our families, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of, rather than separate from, is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You may be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. So, whether we're dealing with personal relationships or the world at large, because again, we've got a lot of world events going on that deal with these kind of things. Divide and conquer agendas, people not seeing the same points of view, again, but I can't really get into too much here. I get into it in the 0 videos. Again, to know about world events, check those out. But we're obviously could be feeling it on a personal level, again, with friends, family, whoever. Again, people taking different sides on things. People still feeling isolated and alone. People about to go through more money stuff. Again, this is just welcome to the age of Aquarius. Relationship message: as you shift and evolve and commit to your own growth, you long for support but may be disappointed and hurt by others who are not providing what you feel you deserve. Perhaps you are drifting away from this relationship because you're in a different stage of personal growth. Perhaps you are in a new relationship and discovering that you don't share the same values and beliefs, so you feel left out, unable to get to that intimate place of safety and belonging. Take heart, as Spirit knows and loves you and will steer you in the direction of those who accept you as you are without artifice or agenda. Don't compromise yourself to belong. It won't be worth the price. I know that's right. Prosperity message. This card reminds you that you can't be all things to all people. You're not going to be popular with everyone, and that has to be okay with you. Be clear about your mission, your brand, your work persona, and your contribution to the world, as these must be based on what you authentically have to offer, not something you think will sell or you perceive they may want. Listen, you know, again, you see so many copy, everybody's to be unique and to stay unique is a true test to one's character, right? Stay in your own lane. That's where you will shine and where you'll experience prosperity. Protection message: the shadow side of this card speaks to the essence of abandonment. Perhaps you feel a need to remain apart because intimacy is too threatening. It also warns against creating inappropriate family structures in order to conceal old wounds. It's time to address the unhealthy alliances you formed and make a decision to heal the past. You will not be abandoned by the world if you claim yourself as whole. Not all relationships are dysfunctional, and not all of them will disappoint you. Don't abandon yourself. You can connect to others in a healthy way once you recognize your patterns and consciously choose to interrupt them. Life wants to love you. Let it. So this is again of people being closed off because they're dealing with arseholes in the past. Perhaps more than one. Usually there is, if we have some kind of wounding or lesson to learn, again, because the same issue shows up in different people until it's realized, what am I contributing to this situation, which is usually putting up with bullshit because there's low self-esteem, always chasing, or, this kind of thing, the codependence. Can't be alone type, so always, better to be with someone who treats you like shit than to be alone at all. These kind of mindsets, settling for less than, not loving oneself, not, by allowing people who don't love you either to be dominating your life, as they so often do when they come in and just like a succubus, like a leech. They just latch on and suck the life out of you, and then when you're all done, they move on to the next business deal, because usually that's all that these relationships are for those types of people. Business deals, and they're always looking for the better one if one comes along. So I tell people, heal before you deal, because when you don't, you'll put up with stuff that you wouldn't if you were. And you'd also be able to recognize people that gossip at you, and you don't want that in your life. You don't want that drama in your life. You'll be able to, again, not ignore red flags this time around. You'll see shit for what it is, and you'll get out of Dodge if need be. Again, and healing is a process, but once you get to that point, you'll look back and you'll be like, what the hell was I thinking? And we've all had those, what the hell was I thinking? Probably a few. Because again, love is blind. And probably a few other things. Maybe we're just feeling alone. Whatever it is. I don't know if people, it's relationship stuff, if it's life stuff, family stuff, society stuff. us just being closed off because we don't want to deal. There's so many things, but there's a being left out in the cold vibe here. There's a lack of some sort. There's somewhere where the light needs to come in. Reality check. Either this is one that we've come to in the past, one we need to come to now, or this is what we fear. Again, another issue, another type, same type. Again, if the same type shows up again, you nip it in the bud. Don't invest. Give people time to prove themselves. If it's the fear that keeps one from, again, getting out into the world, being open to meeting new people, especially after dealing with any kind of abusive situation, it's difficult because there's no trust. You don't even trust yourself, right? Because people can be such good actors. And especially if you're a sympathetic type, they love to prey upon your giving nature. So again, or some may be clinging on to situations they need to let go of. They're feeling like this, but the truth is, this is what you're dealing with. So maybe it's best to forget about it. I don't know what it is. But here we have either they keep, not this asshole again, either they keep coming around or in some way you keep bringing this past person into the present. If they keep coming around, there may be some more lessons to go through with them, or the universe is testing you to see if you've learned whatever lesson was to be learned before. And again, and this could be a past person coming in or a new person, but the same type, right? Or you could be clinging to something that needs to be let go of in order to clear your energy to be open to something new. And it's best that you heal and release this person or experience for your own good. So again, this is to not shut ourselves down, thinking everybody's going to be this way. Again, different situations. Maybe it's a culmination of all. But something needs to be cleared out so that we can be open again to new situations, or you're dealing with someone that you need to get rid of. Planet Narco. Once again, the narcissist. Narcissistic personality disorder, some other cluster B personality type, or someone embodying the traits of these disorders. The behavior patterns may be playing a role here. It's either you or them. Seeking out a professional is recommended to gain further insight and healing. Of course, since we have Orphaned here, it wouldn't be you. But again, I try not to discriminate. Who knows who watches? Perhaps people that just embody these tendencies do seek help as well. So that's why I always got to throw out a little everything, because you never know what side of the coin people are on. But for the most part, people who are true narcissists, they would never seek help because they don't think anything's wrong with them. It's all you. It's all everybody else but them. But again, most likely was dealing with somebody like that, right? And there is a fear that something. Page of Swords. The Three of Cups. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm starting to read for the sign. I'll have to cut that off. Or not, because then that doesn't make sense. But I'm going to cut it off right here. So, that's it. That's it for the overview, and that's again for everybody. Air signs. Okay. Yeah, I sure can't wait to do things different next time round, because I sure screwed myself up doing the signs this way. But anyway, let's do Aquarius, as I started to do you with the overview. Anyway, you got Page of Swords here. There's some people creeping up in the background too. There's three people, and there's three people here. So that's Three of Cups. Now Page of Swords. Now I didn't shuffle these so things come, possibly upside down or upright. I just put them out as upright. But I will give both scenarios just in case, right? So Page of Swords, again, this could deal with somebody spying, lurking, looking, could be online, right? Gathering information, wondering about these people over here, or just the idea of coming together with someone, or again, could be a group of people. Now, this could be wanting to reunite with someone, and we keep looking to see if it's coming, right? This also speaks about enthusiasm, passion, new projects or ideas, right? Encourages one to move forward to get the wheels in motion. Again, it's the beginning. It's not the knight or the king. It's the concept, right? It's also seeking truth, right? Aligning oneself with other people that won't stifle your direction. So again, if we put that in the with the overview, we had the orphan, and then we had some narcissist, either past or present or fear of in the future situations, right? So either again, we're afraid to go out and mingle and meet new people because we're suspicious of everyone, because this can again be someone who's offensive or defensive, right? This is also wanting to find out more information about people again before you deal with them, or somebody's doing that with you, right? People could be just observing you online and you seem to be happy or whatever. Again, but online, some people are hot messes online. Some people put on fronts, their life is fabulous online, but it's a train wreck offline. Again, you can't take too much. You got to take everything online with a grain of salt. Um, Again, communication information, protecting your privacy, grounding one's thoughts before speaking. There's also a level of tension or conflict, again, uncertainty, a little bit on guard, right? Again, it could be offensive or defensive, but there might be an opportunity here that is trying to teach you something, again, about yourself, right? Because the testing of the sea legs, as I've been using this analogy a lot of people have been through a lot of things that have made them kind of shut down or not want to engage with people because they don't trust people, they don't trust themselves, or they're just too burnt the hell out to even deal, been in hermit mode for a long time, whatever it is. Right, but there's also an encouragement or a push from the universe to get people again out of those comfort zones, especially now because you're going to need some kind of support system for the various things that are going to be rolling out between now and 2030. Right, so you want to again try to find like-minded people, um, and in order to do that, you're going to have to let down your defenses a little bit and not be too suspicious of people, but at the same time, again, be suspicious enough. Put it this way, right? Now, the Three of Cups, again, celebrations, accomplishments, reunions, joy, happiness, peace. right? Growth, good times, harmony, standing by each other, love and support, balance in work and life, enjoying the company of friends, a conclusion of problems, a compromise, a win-win situation, gossip, third-party situations, right? Creative outlets, sharing positive energies and passions with others, coming together for common goals, giving people the benefit of the doubt. So again, trying to get out of our perhaps suspicious state and give people a chance to prove themselves in some situations, or again, I don't know if this is you or someone you're dealing with, people are sizing people up, put it this way, it seems, right? Or trying to figure out who we can collaborate with, again, who's trustworthy, or how can this benefit both, right? Because again, this could be creative projects as well, creative ideas, making sure we want to pick the right partners type things, right? Now, if these were reversed, then this would be about we don't know what the hell we want to do or with who, you know. This is undelivered promises as well, the Page of Swords in reverse, right? Someone who's all talk and no action. So maybe someone said they was going to get together with somebody and they didn't. It was all just a bunch of shite. Perhaps it was an online situation that never went anywhere, right? So this is also not finishing one's projects because it could be stifled creativity. Three of Cups in reverse. And then here, keep talking about how we're going to finish things and we don't. Again, all kinds of things can be here, right? This also, again, could be fear of public speaking if it was in the reverse. So not feeling like you have enough experience or knowledge. Being conscious about how you come across. Again, this could be online as well, right? Or someone's aggravating you with their constant questioning or challenging you. Again, this could be online drama, losing touch with close friends if this was Three of Cups in reverse, right? A need for a break from the social scene. This could again be just whether it's close situations or world at large situations getting on your damn last nerve and you just wish things were just, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so that is that. Again, it could be a combination of things. Could be one, all of them, who knows? Let's do this one. Service. This is, of course, sacral chakra. So perhaps we're focusing again on our work. Perhaps you do work that is of service to others. Again, and maybe some people are contemplating, again, career stuff or their ideas, something that's going to help other people. Not sure what's going to be the hit thing. Brainstorming. Wondering again if you want to collaborate. Did I ever say that? I don't know. You get, after doing so many in a row, you get kind of, you don't know if you're coming to go. But, maybe you were wishing somebody could help you figure things out. Who knows? Let's see. Service. I attract to you whatever you desire if you give up your desire. So I guess this is about letting go and let God, right? Put it out there and keep looking for it. Focus on other things instead. Inspiration, are you seeing your life as it really is? Though we may wish things to be different, often we create just what we need. This is an opportunity. Look at where you are today. Give up what you think you deserve and start being of service. So this is a whole, like, when we don't have the patience for the whole divine timing thing, or we feel that we should be this or look like this or have what somebody else has, or this, the comparison. You don't know what your tests are, what your lessons are. Well, you find out. But when you compare you don't know what other people's karma is. You don't know what, again, a lot of times we're tested in ways you don't even realize. Some of it is to see how dedicated you are, how you can stand on your own, how you can go without it. Everything is a spiritual test. And a lot of times the biggest one is to learn some form of detachment, so that you can, again, allow the giving and receiving, the co-working with the universe to happen in order for you to manifest things. But a lot of times we cling on to either the thing that we're wanting so much, or, there is still some kind of disbelief that it can be attained. So that stalls things. And again, and it's stuff like this that you hear that just annoys you even more, because you're like, well, why should that have any kind of effect? I should be allowed to feel some kind of way and have it still whatever. But that's not how it works. It goes by the energy. It's a hoot a minute. But again, doing you in the meantime, basically. This is, in a nutshell, this is what it's saying. Personal inquiry. How does the idea of service inspire me? How can I make the most of my present situation? What can I give? Key ideas: favoritism, unwillingness to compromise values, finding contentment, the joy of service, precious memories. Keywords are compassion, loyalty, and strength. Right? Unwillingness to compromise our values. And this would go with, again, the other situation, right? Before we end up like this, where someone's needing because we've been so worn the hell out by dealing with other people's mental issues. You know what I'm saying? Because it does happen. Nervous breakdowns and such. So, I don't know what the situation is here. Again, some or all may not apply. This is general. Like I said, it's a hoot a minute. Yeah, it's a hoot a minute. Healthy body. When I get upset, things go to my chest, my breath, my heart, and my lungs. This is stress. This is all stress. You feel like you can't breathe, panic attacks, heart palpitations. Again, dealing with certain types of people, situations can have a serious effect on one's health. Take it from me. I experience and express a healthy balance of all 5 basic emotions, including sadness, anger, fear, love, and joy. I nurture others as I nurture myself. Again, well, yourself first and foremost, because self-care, self-awareness, number one, know what your tendencies are, know what your own patterns are, know where you don't show up for yourself. Again, know what your weaknesses are. If you tend to be the doormat type, or the jumping through hoops type, or the chaser type, or, you know what I'm saying? Address the issue at hand so we stop finding ourselves dealing with these types of people. Number one, right? But again, if you're so depleted because you're not nurturing and caring for yourself and you're letting other people and situations just suck the life out of you, right? You can't give it to anybody else because you got nothing left. So, well, watch out for that stuff too. It's all, you know. But healthy relationships, I'm meant to be alone. Relationships usually end traumatically for me. See? I lovingly release disappointment in old relationships so I can give birth to new ones. So that, again, this is the either we're too on guard at the idea of even dealing with other people, or suspicious that other people are going to be again. This is again the sea legs. It's hard to trust again when your trust has been broken. It's hard to, because again, some people play a role very well. Or even again, if we were dealing with situations that just completely left us just busted, So I don't know, whatever it is, there is definitely a need for still some healing to happen here. Even if you think you've healed, perhaps still energetically, there's still something lingering around. And that again probably is the fear that lingers, even more so than the shoulda, woulda, couldas, the feeling foolish, the anger. Again, with time, however long it is, usually that stuff lessens. You know, but the fear is the new one, the new hurdle. Again, there's always a test. So this is the new one. Are you ready for something new? Because the winds of change are blowing. And again, being an island unto oneself, being the lone wolf during these times, we're going to need to get over that and make sure you find again people who are trustworthy. Healing anger. A lot of people get opportunities that I'll never get. People are potential adversaries. This is again with the comparing, right? A lot of times too, it's like if you're called to service, if you're called to help others, although people need to make a living, don't get me wrong, but it's the call that is part of the test. Because you can say, oh, yeah, even I want to, but yeah, at the same time, I want to make money or whatever. But really, at the end of the day, is it about you? If this isn't the thing that you can make money with, would you still do it? Kind of a thing. And how long would you stay in there? How much are you passionate about it? These are the kind of tests that I mean. Not to say that you'd have to do something like on a side gig if you weren't making money, but it's still something that you're investing in. Sometimes it can take years, but then you'll have that one moment so that whatever it is, because you don't know what's on your karma thing, what time frames you're on, you know. In your contract, it could have been you were going to fail at everything until you were 60 years old, and then all of a sudden you'd have your hit moment. Who the hell knows? So we got to try to get out of that comparing ourselves to others. You know, it's about the work. It's about doing what you're called to do, even if you ain't getting paid for it, because you're doing it for a higher purpose, right? And that's what it's about. And I hope to think, I would like to think that eventually the efforts will be on the earthly, tangible realm as well, right? In the spirit realm, again, we're getting all kinds of brownie points. We're making, we're rich beyond belief. Is, but we's poor down here. And we're struggling here, struggling to keep the dream going, struggling to keep pursuing or whatever. But again, depending on what the type of work is, especially if it's anything having to do with some kind of helping of others, it really shouldn't be about you. It's about the work. This is what we have to get over. And eventually, again, it'll balance out. I say we hope. Healing anger. A lot of people get opportunities. Oh, I already read this. The answer was, with the help of a loving friend or skillful guide, I now unearth my unique creativity and give birth to it in a supportive community. So again, for some, it might be wondering if this was business kind of related. Again, project ideas, creative things. Maybe the time is coming. Maybe you will be coming together with someone again. Maybe someone is observing you. Maybe, you never know. I won't be loved or accepted if I get angry or sad. This is healing relationships. I express my emotions openly, willingly, and skillfully. This is, again, not being afraid to speak your mind. Be clear in what it is that you want and what you expect. Again, not with an attitude, but again, we won't be entertaining bullshit again. Should it roll up? You know what I'm saying? We would be very clear to express ourselves if something meets our dissatisfaction. Because again, usually people that are dealing with narcissist types, it was always walking on eggshells. Never voicing, because you don't want to make waves. You don't want to, get the monster going. Just, like I said, it's a doozy dynamic. But a lot of people, again, needed to find their voice, right? And not be afraid to stop being the doormat because you think you're going to lose somebody. If you standing up for yourself and you speaking your mind is going to make somebody make kinds of threats that they're going to leave, bye. That's a control tactic. Again, the fear thing is used in those kind of relationships too. That they will leave you. Oh, bye. Again, once you've been completely destroyed by these types of people, if any shit like that presents itself again, you better believe you will not even entertain it. Especially if the last one took everything from you. You'd be like, I'll be damned. You can take that infantile shit somewhere else. Hopefully to a therapist, because I ain't the one. You know what I'm saying? Family. I pray for my family and give this situation over to God for answers, support, and healing. So again, for some people, this could also be people that we're dealing with, people that are old or older parents, people that don't feel well, people that would, you wish that you can be around to help them through whatever they're going through here, For some, again, you might be at a distance from people, right? Maybe you're gathering information to find out again how you could be with people, how you can reunite with people, right? Because you have family here. So we got all kinds of possibilities. Trust. I know that God in his infinite wisdom and love is answering my prayers right now. So again, there could be all kinds of concerns around family life, work and income kind of situations. Who do I trust? Who do I not? Whether that's personal relationships, group endeavors, society at large, whatever it is. And again, there's a distrust there, an offensiveness perhaps, because again of past situations, again, depending on which scenario that I just mentioned that you're in, or this is just overall in general, the universe is trying to ask us, not again that the universe is going to come in and solve anything. Now, that's the other thing. They can't have that kind of, again, people always looking for someone else to come in and save. I'm talking about religious type of things, if you know what I'm saying. That's not how it works, you know, unfortunately. Um, but, you know, it does take us. We kind of have to save ourselves. We have to make those moves. But trust that the universe is rooting for you. Trust that the universe is hoping that, you know, we get out of our own way and we do the healing work so that we can again expand our circles, do what we need to do, see who we need to see, heal what we need to heal, right? And try to find an ability to trust again. Honesty, I'm in touch with my true feelings regarding the situation. So again, apply that as it may fit, whatever situation you're in. Solar plexus chakra, is it safe for you to be powerful and take charge of your life in positive ways? Goddess, and if you're a boy, God. Express your divine feminine energy, embracing its magical intuition and nurturing qualities. Would that be God or would that be something else? Adonis? I don't know. Whatever would be the male version of the goddess. Of course, divine feminine, we're talking about divine masculine, but what is the name for that? I don't know. It's not God. Because there's only one God. God box. Not God box, but you know what I'm saying. Write any worries, concerns, or desires in a piece of paper that you put into a special container called a God box as a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. You are powerfully clairvoyant. Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as your physical sight, for your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. Perhaps this is where the trust comes in there. Trust in one's intuition. Options. Consider the career possibilities that are open to you. See, I told you, some of it might involve some kind of career stuff, you know, that we're hoping to help people with. Perhaps even helping our family with, because again, financially, there'll be more money. You can do more. You can perhaps reunite with people. Again, there's all kinds of scenarios here. You got trust again. Trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. That's interesting. Again, 3 things in here talking about trust. Time to decide. Make a decision based on your heart's true desires. So again, as we're figuring things out, as we're gathering information, as we're trying to let our intuition guide us, we're trying to figure out what the hell we want to do. Animals. You understand animals and communicate with them intuitively. Trust your inner guidance as the animals are part of your life's work. So for some of you, you know, maybe you got to do some work with animals. Maybe do some volunteer work with animals. Maybe you have some animal totems that you can look into. I always look for messages from spirit through nature. If you see a certain animal a lot or a certain color stands out to you a lot, look it up. I said those messages come in from everywhere. And it isn't even with looking at the time. Most people just look when it's triple numbers. Whenever there's any time, could be 107, could be 9:35, whatever it is. I look that stuff up and trust it goes. Angel number, whatever the time is that you look. It doesn't have to be triple numbers. We said look for signs everywhere. Maybe that'll help you too with your creative endeavors, right? Or again, signs from the universe, helping to guide you in what direction to take. Some of you maybe need to get a pet, right? I know I've missed having a pet. It's just something, you know. I've always had animals. Always. I like animals better than people, to be honest. And when I don't have them, I definitely feel their absence. That's why I talk to the birds on the wire. It's like having pets that you don't have to take care of. Career transition. Archangel Samuel, your life purpose is triggering a blessed career change. So something's going on. Like I said, somebody might be watching you online. Maybe someone likes the kind of work that you do. Maybe there's, they're trying to see if there's going to be a way for you to collaborate with them on something that's going to bring in some kind of career change. Who knows? We got all kinds of stuff here. Comfort. Archangel Azrael, I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. Teaching and learning. Archangel Zadkiel, keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach these ideas to others. And counselor. Archangel Azrael, you are a natural counselor and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. So again, for some, maybe it's teaching about what you've been through. Dealing with narcissists, dealing whatever. Maybe for some, they can. I try to do that for a while, but to be honest, I didn't want to stay there. I just, once again, I wanted to get away from that topic. That, although I still talk about it here, you know what I'm saying? But because you just, I just don't want to be there anymore. I know it exists. I know what I've been through, but I just, you're like, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to look. I don't want to keep peering into the darkness. And again, some people can do that. There are some people that are just life coaches for narcissistic abuse. So again, it's all day, every day. That's all they. I couldn't. Having the Instagram in the group was enough for me. But I had a hard time sticking with it because again, I didn't want to look at it anymore. But again, I touch on it here, but still, it's you get so over it, can't get under it. I open new doors to life. I rejoice in what I have, and I know that fresh new experiences are always ahead. I greet the new with open arms. I trust life to be wonderful. I'm willing to let go. I release others to experience whatever it is meaningful to them, and I am free to create that which is meaningful to me. I can release the past and forgive everyone. I free myself and everyone in my life from old past hurts. They are free, and I am free to move into new glorious experiences. So you got to thank even the assholes. If they taught you the lesson that you came here to learn, they did their job. That don't mean you have to have anything to do with them again. But it also doesn't mean that everyone you meet will be that. So, sacral chakra. Passion. Turn your fear of change into excitement for change. Heart chakra. Love. Love is a verb, so make it your most treasured action. Chakra balance. Harmony makes the song of life sweeter. Then you have some stones here. Green jasper, turquoise, and labradorite. That helps with chakra balance. Sacral chakra. Letting go. Letting go is not giving up. Sometimes it is the first step towards success. Throat chakra. Vulnerability. Showing vulnerability is a sign of strength. Remember we talked a lot about speaking up, speaking our mind, not being afraid to say no. That's the other thing too. Learning to say no. Chakra balance. The only illusion is separation. Right, and then some more crystals here. You got blue lace, agate, amethyst, and new jade. So those help with those because you had the Orphaned card there. So perhaps some people are feeling their aloneness. Sometimes, again, it's necessary. And that'll really show you how strong you are, that you can stand on your own and do the work that it requires to heal thyself and not, again, fall fall into another situation where you're more than likely to repeat because you haven't taken the time to reflect on how the hell did I get here yet again. So sometimes that, again, that alone time is necessary to do you. But now you're being encouraged again to perhaps get out the cave if you've been in there for a long time. I am happy. I'm going to list 3 things that make me smile today. This is for the inner child. I'm a good learner. I'm going to tell someone what I learned in school today. And that could be School of Hard Knocks, School of Life, a tarot reading, an actual class that you've taken, whatever it is. I have a growth mindset. I'm going to tell my parents what I learned from a past mistake or challenge. And again, if you don't tell whoever you want to tell. If your parents aren't around, tell it to your children so they learn from your wisdom, whatever it is. And then some cognitive behavioral therapy. Think. Dealing with irritating thoughts. The next time you're upset with someone you care about, write down the thoughts you're having about them. Then take a close look at each one. Is it true? Does it tell the whole story? How do these thoughts affect your feelings towards your loved one? Write down any alternate ways of thinking that might better fit reality. Be your own friend. When you make a mistake today, no matter how big or how small, treat yourself like you're someone you love dearly. How would you respond if they did something similar? Notice how this response compares to your typical self-talk when you mess up. Both in terms of what you say and how you say it, how does it feel to be friendlier towards yourself? Shifting your comparisons. Notice today when you're comparing yourself unfavorably to others' good fortune or success. We had that in the other card. These comparisons are often painful and trigger feelings of envy and inadequacy. This is why social media can be such a horrible place psychologically, because people are buying followers, buying likes, again, and pretending to be something that they're not, simply, again, for some kind of validation. People are always seeking validation outside of themselves. And when they don't get it, and when the trolls start or whatever, if you don't have a strong constitution within yourself and know who you are and realize that everybody is operating from their own level of awareness, and some people are just jacked up, and to not take things so personally, so it's hard to deal with online things. But the beauty of it is when you shut it off, those people go away. What do you have, or what have you accomplished that others might admire or even envy? Right? What happens emotionally when you make this mental shift? So, is that. Then we have act. Think of one thing you've really wanted to do that you've put on hold, like writing that book, finding a better job, or starting to date. Perhaps you've told yourself that it won't be the right time until you feel better, aren't so busy, are less anxious, and so forth. If you're able to do it now, then why wait for the perfect time? Choose to take the first step today. Get organized. Choose an area of your house that you've been needing to declutter. Oof. And organize, such as a storage closet or a kitchen drawer. Set aside 25 minutes per day to work on it until it's done, starting today. If you're feeling unmotivated, remember that motivation tends to follow action. Go ahead and get started. You know what works? You don't like watching those old shows, put on a couple episodes of Hoarders or something like that. That'll get you motivated. Or put on there was this old English show. This How Clean Is Your House? Oof. Dude, I don't know how the hell some people be living like that. Like the funk that was on some of those stoves. I said there was like sprouts and spores and all kinds of things growing out of corners and crevices. And again, people, some look. But that is a reflection of obviously something wrong mentally. You know. But again, you want to get motivated, throw on some of those kind of shows. And then you'll be like, oof. You'll see that it isn't as bad as them, but still, it'll make you want to do it before it gets as bad as them. Treat yourself to lunch. Make yourself a nicer lunch today than you would normally. Prepare it as though it's for someone you love. Take your time and go the extra mile, including a cloth napkin and metal silverware. As you eat it, see how it feels to enjoy a meal made with care. I said, oftentimes, people are so willing to pacify other people, do for other people, even though those people aren't giving anything in return. Again, we're talking about those other dynamics that we were earlier. Oftentimes, too, you become so used to being the one, again, jumping through hoops and doing everything for the other person and chasing and looking and wishing and hoping and dreaming and waiting for this person to do for you what you do for them or feel or whatever it is. The self-neglect. But oftentimes when something comes in, too, that is complete opposite of that, most times you don't even want it because you don't know how to react to it. You don't know how to react to somebody who treats you well. You don't know how to react to somebody who actually makes the effort or does nice things for you. So a lot of times people have a problem with receiving those that are givers, because there's an imbalance there. You're also deserving of some care, whether that's self-care or having it be returned to you in an equal give and take kind of dynamic. But if you ain't got that, or even if you do got that, you still also have to care for yourself just as much and with just as much care, concern, or affections, or whatever it is that you give to other people. Let go of judgments. Our minds are continually judging whether situations are for us or against us. For example, green lights and generous people are good, whereas red lights and irritating people are bad. See if it's a possible way to let go of any automatic judgments, opening instead to what is in front of you. Allow yourself to experience reality just as it is. Sit with an urge. Today, notice when you have an urge to change your emotional state by eating or drinking something, reaching for your phone, or engaging in some other behavior. Take a moment to be present with the urge. Feel what's happening in your body and mind that may be driving it, as opposed to acting on it immediately, which may give you more flexibility in how you respond. This goes again, emotional eating, or again, shopping. Whatever it is that we're doing, things that's stemming from some kind of emotional place, trying to fill the void, or self-sabotaging in some way. Wanting to date, but keep eating ho-hos and cookies and whatever, and then feeling like we don't look good, so then we can argue for the fact that that's why nobody wants us, because we don't look good, but you're not putting any effort. You're actually doing things to add to the problem. Again, whatever it is, it's the daily thoughts and actions that are either going to be putting us on a good path or having us have things we got to deal with, due to lack of self-control or motivation or belief in oneself or whatever it is. We need to, again, pause before we do something that we might later regret. Walk with awareness. Take a walk today in an area that's familiar to you and pay attention more deeply than you normally would. Take in the sights, sounds, and smells. What do you notice for the first time? Does anything surprise you? What would it be like to bring this level of awareness to more of your life? Make a mental list of all the ways your body is working well. This is a body that works. Even if you're dealing with a chronic health issue, look. Notice all the systems that have to function to keep you alive and allow you to experience life, like your brain, lungs, and heart. More in our lives is often right than we realize. Again, even dealing with chronic health issues can bring a damper on one's mood every day. So sometimes you have the cookie, sometimes you have the whatever, because you're like, well, screw it. You know what I'm saying? But then the next day when you get on the scale, you're like, God damn it. Pardon my French, but you know what I'm saying. With a momentary emotion, we just make things worse. Let's see here. What are the messages we got? Risk. Again, weighing out the risks, assessing the risks, knowing what's worth our efforts and time and what's not. You know, again, the Page of Swords, trying to find out if this is worth me taking a chance. What's the deal here? Power. Standing in one's personal power, right? Taking back our power. Clarity. Finally knowing what the hell is going on. What do we want? What's the truth? Beauty. The truth is, you're gorgeous, darling. Well, this is about finding the beauty in life, even amongst the shite. Try to have some enthusiasm amongst the drama. And for those dealing with romantic situations or looking for new romantic situations or whatever it is, what messages do you have for Aquarius in regards to romance? Oof, deception. Someone is wearing a false self-mask in this relationship. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. And worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. But of course, boy, this one, boy, we got the narcissist cards, we got deception, we got, yeah. And we got also dishonesty, because again, if the Page of Swords was in reverse, it could be, you know, lies, or lies coming out. Maybe somebody's, you know, is figuring out some truths, or we were dealing with deceptive types in the past. Now we're needing to take time to heal ourselves and know that, you know, the right one will come in at the right time, kind of thing, right? Or again, for some, someone might be revealing their feelings, maybe wanting to spend some time with you, you know, after we've gone through some things, and this person was worth waiting for. Or again, know what you're dealing with, because again, the narcissist never changes. So no matter what they say, you'll know that it's time to get the hell out of there and wait for something better. But again, for others of you, there might be someone who has hidden feelings and is wanting to reveal them, perhaps on a stroll through the woods. Whatever it is, know what it is before you find yourself in another nightmare situation. Now, what else we got here? And for those dealing with, you know, hopefully non-toxic situations. If the person of interest, to again, don't be looking to see what the narcissist thinks. Again, we have to throw these disclaimers out there, because people will be clinging, hoping and wishing that this person will change. And again, it's a disorder. So, again, this could be what the next person coming in will be like for you, this worth waiting for person. Or the person who is hiding feelings is wanting to reveal, and you'll find, oh, this person was the one. Oh, yeah, whatever it is. Again, but we're not talking about, because we already know what the toxic people think. They think we're a fool. And they think that they're going to keep looking for other business deals because something better might come along. There is no, you can't be looking for what's within you in these people, because it ain't going to happen. Again, I gotta put it out there, because too many times people are, again, waiting for nothing. So again, what message would Aquarius's romantic interest have for them? Those that are either, in separation and potentially can work it out, or a new person coming in, or someone who might have a crush, or whatever it is. What is the message from Aquarius's potential love interest? Or the next one. Soulmate dealing. What song dedication would Aquarius's person send to them? Longer Than by Dan Fogelberg. And You Make Me Feel Brand New by the Stylistics. So again, maybe longer than, this is somebody that's had affections for somebody for a long time. So again, maybe someone's going to reveal some feelings, you know, because you make them feel brand new. Any other messages for Aquarius from their love interests? Can you stand the rain? See? Here they come. New edition. Careless Whisper by George Michael. Here we go. And Rock the Boat by Aaliyah. Somebody's on some Careless Whisper. Should have known better than to cheat a friend. Oh, Lord, help us. Lord, help us all. Well, good luck. You better let it play out. See what's going on. And until next time, take care.